Bro.
You ever like see stars and stuff?
That you're not supposed to see stars.
Like outside at night, yeah.
Are you seeing stars right now?
Boogie.
Honey!
What did you do, Dad? What'd you feed this guy? He's dead. He won't move.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen better acting in cornos, and let me tell you, they all start the same. You got two big, burly, fat dudes in a pool, and a whole heck of a lot of a fun time coming soon. So, just when I think I'm gonna get pulled away from the Boogsterverse, I get pulled right back in. I saw during the election times that Boogster tried to pull off a very epic, a very cool, a very swagalicious, staged fake reaction to try and garner attention online, but everybody found out immediately based off of watching it that it was fake and staged. So I thought I would do some investigative work and I would start looking into the background. Now, you're probably sitting there like, saturated. We're all in shambles because Daniel Larson lost. I don't know if I can deal with a bunch of political talk. Social media has just been completely toxic. I just can't deal with it. He's still in prison. He's not getting out. I understand. So luckily for you, we're not really going to talk about anything political. We're just going to go over some of the funny moments, some of the little tidbits that are said here and there. And, you know, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second. They can do their political podcast, whatever. I just don't think it doesn't. Why listen to any of these people? Why tune into them? It doesn't interest me. I don't know why it would interest others, but obviously there's some type of niche for it. But in case you missed it, you're probably sitting there like, oh god, well what the hell could a podcast between Boogie and Wings and Keem on election night be about? Well, to summarize it really quickly, it's basically Keem eating chili while Boogie and Wings talk about some non sequitur about whatever, and then, you know, you might get your sneeze in between here and there, and
Article update.
And, you know, Keem just goes right back to eating chili. That's basically, you know, you dabble in some Trump or Kamala comments here and there, and that's basically what the entire podcast was. So I saved you 6 hours. You're very welcome. So we're going to go into it. We're going to look at some things, and then at the very end, we're going to talk about the Boogster Dallas video game convention boxing match thing that was mentioned in the previous video.
What are you, Randy Fatich?
Yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to dress as America as I could, you know?
Well, I was like,
America.
While I don't think that this is funny, right? I don't think it's funny. I give some credit to the Boogster because I feel like while it's a half-assed, last-second effort that he puts into the show, it's still 10 million times more effort that he puts in than Wings does. Wings doesn't even care. He barely knows what they're going to talk about when he shows up to the show, and half the time he's sitting there crying and complaining. So while he's dressing up as Randy Savage, he's got a Bud Light hat on, he's got some cape on, he's got pit vipers on, he's going ham. I'll give Boogster some credit there, alright? I'm not gonna, you know, maybe taking time away from talking about the Boogster has made me go soft a little bit. I'm not going in as hard anymore. I feel like they basically have their audience on their podcast, and that's about it. Whenever the show ends, the other two guys, Keemstar, who knows what he's going to go off and do. He's showing up literally everywhere. Anytime you ever look at any locale's history, Keemstar's there somewhere. The other two, I don't know what their plans are. Their content on their own channels is maybe worse than it's ever been. And I think they both have come to this realization that the podcast is what's keeping them alive. Both like literally and metaphorically. So, you know, ride that ship until the sails break, I guess. But, oh man, sometimes it's just really rough to watch everything associated with this.
Since this is your first election cycle, I think that you can't vote. How do you feel about felons and voting after they've served their time?
I could have easily got my rights back to vote under the Arkansas First Offender Registry. I just didn't give a shit enough to bother and paying the lawyer fees to get it done.
And here's another thing. I know we're going 2 for 2 on Boogster compliments. This is out of the ordinary for Saturated. I'm getting blackmailed or something, and the Boogster's sending me 10 shillings a piece for every nice compliment I give him in a video. But I appreciate that Boogster is so lazy that he can't be bothered to go through and spend whatever the amount of money is to expunge his record to become a voter again. Mostly because, some people, they have no interest in figuring out what's going on, and then they still go out and vote. Not sure, people have opinions about that, but Boogster, he knows his lane. His lane is, I'm going to drink Mountain Dew and get fat, and play Fallout all day. I don't have time to go to the courthouse to go out and vote. Are you kidding me? It's going to take me 2 hours to walk up a flight of stairs to get inside my polling place. Not doing that. So, hey, Boogster, hats off to you. You understand your place in the role of society. You're the whipping boy of Keemstar, and I appreciate that from you.
Well,
Do with that what you will.
Okay, well, just ban him. Lord Rush, you have my blessing to just ban the bad guys, so ban them. Ban them, ban them, ban them, ban them all. By the way, our Reddit's been so much better since I banned all those freaking idiots.
So this is the best part, right? Part of the reason why I haven't kept up with Boogster, the podcast, all that stuff, outside of the fact that it's all staged, fake garbage, so what's the point of even paying attention to it? It's the fact that they've reached this point now where they basically only cater to the $50 a month subscriber people or whatever. They're biggest whales, and they will just ban and get rid of anybody that has a dissenting opinion of them. Their Keemstar would get ratioed over and over and over and over on their Reddit. They would post something about, I don't like how the show's going, and then Keemstar would come in and say, you don't even pay money, you don't even give us money, why would we give a shit about what you have to say, you peasant, you no money having little kid, get out of here. And then he gets minus 100 down votes and scurries away until his next altercation. And I guess they're doing damage control. They're trying to get rid of those people. They're starting to do this thing, and we'll see in this next clip where they just bring an audience member onto the show for some reason. It's 99% of the time it's just cringe. It's a bunch of people, and I don't want to I don't want to try and preach from a creator's perspective or whatever, right? But once you start interacting in a public space online, you can kind of get, antsy, some stage fright, some, ooh, the nerves are kicking in a little bit, even though you're just having a banter with the boys or whatever. So sometimes the people that come on here, they are just mega cringe, ultra cringe. And it shouldn't be surprising. I mean, they're paying out the ass to be a member of Locale Live, so apples and oranges or whatever the saying is, it all starts to make sense. But we're finally going to go over into detail about the infamous moment that Boogie tries to conjure up.
Hold on a second. Keem, make me big real quick, okay?
Sure.
We'll give us a potential viral moment. Here we go. Okay, ready? I can't believe Trump's going to win this thing. Oh, hold on. Please, head, okay? I can't believe Trump's actually going to win this thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so pissed off. God damn it. 30 seconds to open your phone. Go to Twitter. God damn it, please.
Boogie will be everywhere. Literally every every Republican outlet that isn't hooked into pop culture is going to use that clip. It's going to be funny.
Yeah, everybody's gonna jump on that bandwagon, baby. Everybody go tweet it. Say, look at this crazy liberal freaking out. Isn't this crazy? The problem is, Boogster, at least in an adjacent profile online, is very recognizable. Even prior to the whole faking cancer situation, people could recognize Boogster. And so if they saw him, it's the same thing with Wings, you know, being identified as a victim in different places, if you're catching my drift. People are aware of it. And yeah, there's going to be some normies out there that are like, look at that one, guys. Look at that one. We're going to go viral. We're going to go viral. Look at this crazy libtard. That's so crazy. Yeah, I get it. I understand the premise of it. But it's also like, shouldn't you want the viral moments of your show to actually be genuine? Why in the world would you want to garner traction off of faking a reaction to something? It's not like you're some genius method actor comic that's really pulling one over on the mainstream media. You're just, here's a last second idea I had. I also want to give a shout out to Next Gen Guy on Twitter, because I saw Smokey tweeted out this clip and I was like, wow, I'm really impressed by Boogster being able to tear his shirt, because he hasn't used any muscle in his entire body in 40 years. So the fact that he was able to tear his shirt in half, kind of impressive. However, you do some investigative work, and what do you know? You find out that he pre-cut the collar of the shirt, and that's why he was able to tear it. And I am disappointed. I'm retracting any compliment I have given to Boogster. I'm going into mourning. I feel very ashamed that I gave him any credit and thought that he might actually be Macho Man Fatso Savage. You know, I feel bad that I fell for the tricks, and it won't happen again.
No, we're not going to ban Dave. No, that's too far. Come on.
Yeah, no, come on.
Duty says he wants to come on. He has political.
Oh, by the way, I got to help Duty this month to get his money back on his channel. I promised I'd help him out.
So I just wanted to include this because there's a lot to evaluate here, right? Because who knows the whole situation between Keemstar and Duty. He still claims, and Duty claims, that Keemstar was not the reason why he got banned. However, Keemstar said that he deserved to be banned, and now Keemstar, because he did get banned, or I should rephrase, he's not getting banned, he's getting removed from monetization. But I'm going to say banned because it's easier to say than repeat that whole phrase. So he gets banned, and Keemstar says that he should be banned, but because he got banned, now Keemstar feels bad for him and is going to help him out to get remonetized. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Also, I hate the entire premise of it. Why in the world is Keemstar allowed to just pick and choose random people and be able to have the connections behind the scenes with YouTube to pull the strings in order to make moves? That seems like corruption. That shouldn't be allowed. If some person unaffiliated with Keemstar remove monetization off of Duty's channel, why should Keemstar be allowed to get somebody to go back and reverse that? You know, I'm not picking a side necessarily. I don't care if Duty's monetized or not. I'm just saying the double standards that exist is quite frustrating, and the fact that Keemstar will continuously get to have these advantages over other people is pretty annoying.
Hold. It's over. Put the fries in the bag. Baby.
Fries
Trump
in the bag,
2024.
boys. Put the fries in the bag, boys.
Like I don't see her winning Wisconsin. In no world, unless those ballots that are going in.
This is another segment of the stream that we have to see. Put the fries in the bag. Officially donezo. All right. If Keemstar's putting it out during a Trump winning tweet on his account, it's done. The meme's over. We can't talk about put the fries in the bag anymore. We also had to deal with him trying to spell it out very slowly on screen. Painful, absolutely painful. But unfortunately for us, put the fries in the bag. We had to put it to rest. It had a good run. They got into the world of t-shirts world. It's donezo. I'm sorry.
Folder for sellable signed magic cards and stuff like that, Pokemon energies, stuff like that. Just something to walk away with. You can get something for free for me to sign.
So we're going to finish off this video with a couple clips from that Dallas boxing thing that I mentioned. And this moment doesn't make any sense to me either. I don't know why somebody's going to show up to get an autograph from Boogie and say, yeah, you know that like 12-cent card that you have in your binder, I'll pay $5 for that for you to sign for me versus the free piece of paper that he will offer you to sign. I also don't really understand why people are getting Boogie signatures. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm a bit confused by that, but there's obviously people out there doing it, otherwise they wouldn't offer it. I also like that some number previously was scratched off of it because they couldn't sell it previously, so they had to put 5 instead. Pretty cool. I enjoy that, and we're gonna wrap it up with the actual boxing event, which I guess happened on Lolcow Live as well, and Boogster included it in his video.
Oh! Oh shit! Boogie got knocked out!
So this whole situation is just ridiculous on its premise. Boogie, the 400-pound man, going up against, I wouldn't say a necessarily in shape dude, but not a super morbidly obese guy. It's not going to go very well. It's kind of like what I would imagine early 1900s circuses would be. You got the incredibly fat guy versus the incredibly skinny guy going at it in a boxing ring. That's what I imagine is kind of going on here. You got some people sitting there to watch it. It doesn't seem like it's garnering a huge audience that's tuning in. It's certainly not the Boogie v Wings fight. It's nowhere close to that. We have to watch it from Desi's perspective on a screen on Lolcow Live. That's how we get this lovely, lovely, lovely boxing match between Boogie and whoever this other dude is. So that's epic. I just wanted to include it because I mentioned it at the previous video. So in case you were mildly curious about how that whole thing shook out, it went exactly as you would have expected. So either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.